Sometimes you got to keep it simple. And today we've got a double header for you to consider for your remote starter needs this season. We'll be talking about Polarstart from Automobility, as well as Smartcontrol, a unique RF long range solution. We've got expert PHIL CAMIRAND joining us to give us all the details. This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about Polarstart and Smartcontrol. And it starts now. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and as we continue the trek down remote starter lane, we've come across two very unique and very important solutions because sometimes you just got to keep it simple. Now, Phil, these are two different products that do work together, but one of them works with every other brand as well. So give us a quick breakdown of what we're going to be talking about today.
All right, Ben, today we will be talking about Polarstart. If you did not know, Polarstart is Automobility's in-house brand when it comes to remote starter. We'll be talking about the two different models that we do offer within the Polarstart brand. And we're also going to be talking about something very different called Smartcontrol. Smartcontrol is also an in-house brand. It is our universal RF system. So it is a remote control option for your remote starter that's universal, that's going to allow you to get more range and two-way. And we're going to talk about all the different features and options available.
All right, Phil, we're going to get right into it. But first, an opportunity for our partner, SiriusXM, to remind you dealers out there why you should love it. And when we come back, we've got PHIL CAMIRAND, and we're talking Polarstart and Smartcontrol.
Hey guys, Ricky Lima here from SiriusXM. I had a chance to speak to some dealers and ask them what they love about selling SiriusXM. Here's what they had to say.
Coast-to-coast coverage.
I love SiriusXM for commercial-free music.
It's a great add-on sale and a profit opportunity.
We love selling SiriusXM because you can listen to the same channel coast to coast.
Profitability and ease of installation. It's a no-brainer.
We love selling SiriusXM for its ease of installation, great profitability, and reliability.
People love it.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's get right into it. Now, Phil, let's start with Polarstart. Now, this is a unique to Automobility product. It's got some pretty key features, but also really reliable. And I want you to kind of describe why Polarstart is such an important offering from Automob.
So what is Polarstart and why should you know about it? Well, Polarstart is Automobility's in-house brand of remote starter. It is a brand of remote start that's exclusive to us that was made in partnership with First Tech. If you don't know, First Tech is the mother company that makes all of the CompuStar product. So you know that by partnering with First Tech, all of our Polarstart product will be extremely robust and durable, and they don't have to prove anything because it is product that's been available for a very long time. We wanted to keep it simple within the Polarstart line, as we do only offer two different models. So we have one model, PRS-13, and a second model, the PRS-17, which we will talk about in a little bit more details very shortly.
All right, Phil. So a very simple offering from, arguably a brand that is very, very well rooted within the remote starter business and technology, of course. So let's walk through a little bit of the major features and benefits that these Polarstart units offer.
So why should you be paying attention to Polarstart? Like mentioned before, it's Automob's in-house brand of remote starter, and it is from a partnership that we have with First Tech. If you're not familiar with First Tech, this is the manufacturer that's responsible for making CompuStar product. So the product that we are getting here are all made by First Tech, so you'll know that it is extremely robust and durable. We wanted to keep it simple within the Polarstart line, so we decided to only offer two kits. So we offer two SKUs. The first one is a PRS-13X, and the second one is the PRS-17. Both of these kits will share a lot of things. First of all, every single one of the kits that we sell will all include transmitters. So both kits will include two pre-programmed transmitters. Depending on which kit you get, you will get longer range. With the PRS-13, you will get AM technology with 2 transmitters that will give you up to 1,500 feet of range, pre-programmed. With the PRS-17, you will get 2 FM technology transmitters that will give you up to 3,000 feet of range. So if you're looking for a little bit more range, the PRS-17 is your option. If you want something that's just simple, straightforward to install, the PRS-13 is for you. One key factor that you need to think about, both of these kits are analog remote starters, meaning that regardless of which brain that you go for, which kit that you go for, you will need to think about an external interface. You could go with your favorite interface of choice, or if you can use an ADS ALCA, or if you want to take advantage about this proprietary technology, we do have what we call a blade port on both of the product. If you don't know what the blade is, it is an interface that simply docks into the remote starter, making it super clean and easy to install. Why? Because all the wiring for said interface is right off the same part of the remote start that you get all the different wiring. So if you go with the other module, which is the PRS-13, same thing in the back. All you have to do is dock in the bypass and away you go. So you don't have a blade, no problem. You have an ALCA, no problem. It will work with it. Or if you want, you can use either product and connect an ALCA and also a blade if you work with one of those cars that does require 2 interfaces.
Well, it looks like a really clean and well thought out design. What other features or accessories may be available? Maybe T-harnesses, for example.
We do have tons of features, and those are installer driven. As you guys will see, these are features that was designed over the years with tons of experience and stuff that us technicians really do like. First, let's talk about the control module behind the PRS-13X. This is a CM900. It is super easy to use, super easy to install. Why? First of all, it's super small. It is an analog system, but it does have the blade port like we just saw. And one thing that I do love about all of the Polarstart brain is that it's a linear style of install. What do I mean? All of the wiring that you will need to use to make your installation are all in the same side. Certain brand of remote starter will make your connections here, 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 and here. So you have to prep your install, make it your wiring done before you get into the car to make it look good and neat. With Polarstart, it's linear. All of your connections are here on the same side. It doesn't matter if you go with the PRS-13X or the 17, it's always like that. The CM900 or the PRS-13 is for automatic transmission only. Now, there's not a whole lot of these cars available now in manual transmission, but what do you do if you got one customer that comes in and he does have a manual transmission vehicle? Well, you got him covered. The PRS-17 is compatible with automatic and also manual transmission vehicle. So if you go with a PRS-17, it doesn't matter. You'll be able to do that manual transmission vehicle. Keep in mind, it does require an extra part called the FTDAS, which is an accelerometer that will detect if the car is moving. But if you do manual transmission, it will be mandatory. The PRS-17 is with this guy here, which is First Tech latest brain. It's called the CMX. This brain is not a lot bigger than the CM900. And as you can see here, it offers the same style of wiring, which is linear. What you see here is my wiring for my remote starter and also for the blade or the bypass that I can put right there. So this will make your installation a lot easier. So PRS-13, you can do automatic and manual transmission. Don't forget about the FTDAS. And another cool feature that we do have with the PRS-17 is that you can configure this brain to operate the way you want. What do I mean? Customer walks in, he wants a remote starter on manual transmission. No problem. CMX or PRS-17 got you covered. He comes back later and he goes, you know what, Phil? I want an alarm and my remote starter. Not a problem. The PRS-17 has full built-in alarm features. And as a matter of fact, we do sell an optional kit that will allow you to connect a siren, a shock sensor, a tilt sensor, an impact sensor, all into this kit, and will give you a siren output. So you can offer that customer a full alarm starter combo. At the same time, customer comes in, he wants a simple alarm, no remote start, all he wants is alarm. Well, you can configure your PRS-17 to only operate as an alarm, but why would you use this remote starter brain for a simple alarm? Data. What do I mean? If you join a compatible interface, such as the Blade, you will be able to get all of your inputs through data. So you'll be able to do a simple alarm with data hood pin, door pin, trunk, and so on, and door locks. So this will make your life a lot simpler. And also, I don't have one with me, but we do offer a selection of T-harnesses available for the PRS-17. Those are very different than the iData Start T-harness. Why? Because they're only made to work with the PRS-17. And because the PRS-17 is compatible with manual transmission vehicle, you see me coming, you can do a manual transmission vehicle with a T-harness. Yeah, that's going to make your life a lot easier. So there you got it. This is pretty much a good overview of the Polarstart lineup that we have here at Automob. If you want some more details about the line, more details about the product and the accessories, please visit our website at polarstart.ca.
Well, as promised, we're going to move on to part 2 of our presentation today. And part 2 is, well, basically we're shifting to a solution to get longer range performance out of your remote, an RF option. It's called Smartcontrol, and it's something that was developed not too long ago, but has found a lot of popularity. And if you haven't figured it out yet, it's something you certainly should be stocking at your shop. So Phil, let's first talk about establishing what exactly does Smartcontrol do?
So for those who are not familiar, Smartcontrol is an RF brand. So meaning it is antenna transmitter, and it is universal. It will work with most of the popular digital remote starter out there. Why is that important to have a universal remote available to you? Well, a couple of cases. Let's say you as a dealer, you cater to your customer that comes into your store, and also you do some dealership work. If you want to offer 2 different kind of system for both of these customers, you can still keep the same brain or brand of remote start that you got behind it. So your technician will not have to learn a different kind of brand. Why? Because it's always the same brain that's behind the operation. The only thing that will change is the RF kit or the transmitter that you got going on with there. Second thing is customer comes in with a brand of remote starter installed in their vehicle and they lost or they have a broken transmitter, but you don't carry it and you don't have access to that brand. What do? Well, you can offer them Smartcontrol as it is universal. If it is a recent popular digital remote starter, it will be compatible with it and you'll be able to offer them something to help them find another remote. Another good scenario, customers looking for an upgrade as far as range, Smartcontrol will always give you 2-way. We do not make a Smartcontrol that's just 1-way. It's always 2-way, and it's always 2-way with up to 1.5 miles of range. You heard me correct. You will get all the way up to 1.5 miles of range, and you'll always get 2-way confirmation on your remote.
All right, Phil, you mentioned the word universal, so I'm going to call you out on it, man. How exactly does that work? How does this device connect to all these other remote starts? What is the procedure?
I knew this question was coming. So in order to better understand, what I will do is I will show you what comes in one of the product boxes or RF kit that we have, and you will understand how you connect it to said remote starter. So to do this, I'm going to switch view and we're going to go see the product directly. So we got the product boxes here. First thing that we see that we get into the box are the 2 most important things that we don't read: user and install guide. Super simple, scan QR code. You will get your antenna, regardless of which RF kit you get, you will get always the same antenna. As you guys can see, is super small. You will also get your antenna cable, which is very simple, 4-pin data connector, very easy. Where it gets different to make it compatible with all these different brands is this little adapter here. This will allow you to connect your antenna cable here, and on this side, depending on which brand of remote starter you have, you will connect one of these 4 connectors there, or simply connect the antenna cable directly into the system. So how do you know which connector you need to use? Well, it's very easy. You remember the most important thing that we don't read, the user guide. It will be written directly after you scan the QR code to go take a look at how to install it. Let me just show you real quick. This is one of the RF kit, and this is a second RF kit. We will go into more details in maybe a couple of minutes about how these two systems works, and you guys will find it very interesting. Well, the first RF kit that we will be talking about is called the RFK 2000. This kit consists of an antenna cable, and the adapter that we just saw earlier, and one 5-button 2-way LED transmitter. This is a LoRa technology. It will give you over 1.5 miles of range. It is using what we call a CR2450 type of battery. So those are the thicker coin cell batteries. And this should give you a little bit over 3 years of battery life. As you guys can see here on the slide, there's added features. But before I start talking about the feature, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to talk directly about the remote. Let me just show you the transmitter itself so you can have a better view. So this is the transmitter by itself. As you guys can see, it is not super big. It is extremely tough and durable. We have a little metal back here. It is very nice to the touch. It feels like it's not cheap, and it works extremely good. I got this connected to my demo board, and if I press lock, you guys will be able to see the LED on top will give you command confirmation, and you will also hear a beep that the command has been executed. So if I press lock, if I press unlock, as you guys can see, it is super fast and super easy. Just for comparison, my hand, and you guys can see the remote by itself. So super, super small, super easy to use, and 5-button 2-way LED. So let's go back to the slide so I can give you a little bit more information about all of these added features and bonuses that we have with the Smartcontrol. All right, let's start with the basic. We've mentioned earlier, this is a 2-way system, meaning that every time you send a command to the car, the remote will get a audio-visual command confirmation. So if I send a command to the car, the remote will talk to the car will do your command, and you will get a visual confirmation with the LED and a beep from the transmitter, letting you know that the vehicle has executed the command that you just sent. This is using 2-way LoRa technology, so it should give you a little bit more than 1.5 miles of range, which is pretty good. Another very interesting feature about the Smartcontrol is that we do have built-in Bluetooth. Oh, what do I mean by that? Well, every antenna in Smartcontrol is also equipped with a Bluetooth transceiver, which will allow you, the user, to control your vehicle directly from a smartphone application, and you'll be able to do that over Bluetooth. So why is that important? Well, let's say your battery dies in your transmitter, or you're just going for a walk or a jog and you don't want to bring your car keys with you. If you want to keep your phone, because your phone is your life, right? You can't live without your phone with you. So as long as you got your phone with you, you'll be able to control that vehicle. Keep in mind, Bluetooth range should be around 45 meters, so roughly 150 feet of range, give or take. So super easy. You can use the smartphone application to also control the vehicle. Extremely simple, and there's no fees for that. The app is completely free. Just download it and use it. Super simple. All right, so we just discussed the RFK 2000 5-button two-way LED transmitter. You guys probably noticed before there's something different with our next RF kit. It is called the RFK 6000, and to the best of my knowledge, we are the only company to offer such an offering that is very different as far as control. So let's take a look. Why is it so different, and why do you need it? Let's take a look. So on the screen, what you guys see here is a different type of transmitter. We call it the credit card style of transmitter. Why? Because it is in the shape or the form factor of a credit card, which means that you can use this and keep it in your wallet. Fits perfectly in your wallet. So why would we make a transmitter in that shape? Well, very easy. It is a RF transmitter. You guys notice there's a button on it that will allow you to lock, unlock, and start and stop. If I go to the different slide here, you guys see one button here. If I press one tap, vehicle just lock. If I double tap it, vehicle just unlock. If I want to start or stop it, it's press and hold, and you are able to control this with just like a button, just like a regular remote. This, if you paid attention, we have here is a micro USB charging port. Why? Because this is a rechargeable transmitter. You plug it in and you should get roughly 45 days of operation of this type of system at multiple times a day. So battery life is very, very good. We also have on the top, right next to the LED port, right next to the micro USB port, an LED that will tell you whenever your transmitter is transmitting. But what makes this so different and unique is because this transmitter is also equipped with a Bluetooth transceiver. What do I mean? And why do I need? Well, you guys see above me, two-way, don't need to explain it. You can use the remote, control your vehicle directly, right? Send a command to the car's going to do it. You're going to get the LED and the transmitter that will beep to confirm that you did that. Now, let's say you don't want to reach for that transmitter. You want to keep it in your wallet or in your purse or in your backpack or just in your pocket. You can leave this wherever you want. Once the remote is within range of your smartphone, you are able to use the smartphone through Bluetooth to communicate with the remote, and then said remote will use RF to communicate with the car. What do I mean? Well, I'm walking towards my car. Obviously, I have my cell phone with me because without my cell phone, I cannot function, right? I can leave my wallet at home, but not my cell phone. So I have my cell phone with me. Second thing, this RF card or my RFK 6000 is in my wallet. My wallet is in my pocket or in my backpack on my person itself. Or I am within 45 meter or 150 feet of range of that RFK 6000. After that, if I am within the 1.5 miles of range of my vehicle, I can use my smartphone, pop it open, send the command. The app will use Bluetooth to communicate with my RFK 6000 that's in my pocket. And then the RFK 6000, the credit card remote, will use regular RF to send the command to the car, get the confirmation back, and then we'll transfer the information back to your phone so you get a visual confirmation of what's going on with your car. So this will give you the ability to offer your customer an app-based control without any monthly fees, any yearly fees, no fees whatsoever. The only thing you need to properly explain to your customer is that everything needs to be within range. Very important. The credit card remote needs to be within range of the car, so roughly 1.5 miles of range, and your smartphone needs to be within Bluetooth range of that credit card style remote. So it is a great option. It works very, very good. It's super simple and allows you to step into the app control for your customer. But what about connecting directly to the antenna? You guys remember the RFK 2000 was able to connect directly to the antenna to control the vehicle? Yes, you can still do that. So with this, you will be able to connect directly through the antenna of the vehicle. So if for whatever reason you forgot your wallet or your credit card somewhere else and you still need to get in your car, simply use the app. It will connect directly over Bluetooth with the vehicle itself through the antenna, and it will allow to lock, unlock, start, stop, control your aux, or do whatever you needed to do to control that vehicle. Again, you will need to be within Bluetooth range, which is roughly 150 feet of range. So there you have it. Smartcontrol is very, very different than pretty much anything you've seen other manufacturers do. Why? Because we offer Bluetooth, and we took a very different approach with the RFK 6000. I've been using the RFK 6000 for a very long time. It is very reliable, it works very good, and it gets the job done. So if you have any questions, you can always visit our website at mysmartcontrol.ca, or you can contact your automobility rep, or you can reach out to me directly if you want. It'll be my pleasure to answer any questions that you have. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you learn a thing or two.
I want to take this opportunity and thank my guest, PHIL CAMIRAND, for joining us on our show today. And if you're interested in any more product, here's some information you need to know. The first product covered in this show is, of course, Polarstart. And we'll put up the website right here so you could find out more information about that. The second product, of course, was Smartcontrol, a second website here for you to get more information. And perhaps the most important one is the fact that both these products are distributed exclusively by Automobility. So make sure you reach out to your Automobility rep to get even more details and become a dealer for either Polarstart or Smartcontrol. Now, in my closing comments, of course, I'll have to leave you a two-parter. Let's start with Polarstart. Polarstart is a great, solid, two-punch package that will definitely suit the needs for most dealers out there when it comes to the remote start category. It is proven technology with the support to back it up and the accessories to go with, including T-harnesses, etc. If you're looking for a brand that is absolutely reliable and has been there from the get-go, maybe you should look to Polarstart, especially from a marketing perspective. Now, when it comes to Smartcontrol, this is a Smartcontrol rather, this is an absolute game changer. This is an amazing, I repeat, amazing add-on sale for any and all of your remote start jobs going out this season. Have it on the counter, have it in stock. Explain to the customer the extra benefits of something like this for a cost which I feel that they will find to be quite acceptable. It is easy to use. It is very well thought out. It is discreet. And honestly, it seems pretty high tech. And you, being the expert, need to know these things to share with your customer. I feel they're going to respect you, and you're definitely going to get a little bit more business just for showing them a thing or two that they might not have known before with Smartcontrol. That's it for this CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.